can you maybe describe exactly, what it was when you first started the business? And I'm also curious, why the dental industry, like what attracted you to it? Had you been working with some of those guys prior? Or yeah, just curious, how you kind of conceptualize the idea there.
Well, there's two things that were involved in that. Let's go to why uh, dentistry, and this you got to picture the '80s. So step one is I had a really unusual dentist. He was what they would call a holistic dentist now, but he was just one of, and he said, we got to get all this metal out of your mouth. It's killing you, like it's leaching mercury into your body and everything like that. And the ADA still won't admit that 35 years later. Okay. Um, but, and it changed my health. Um, but I had this thought. It's like, how would anybody find this guy if they were looking for this kind of guy? And coincidentally, while I was working the ad business, a friend of mine had registered 800 dentists when 800 numbers first came out in '79. And it had a ring to his house for 6 years because he had this flash of brilliance, like that this could be something. So he came to me and said, I think you work in advertising. I think you could turn this into a business. And I was young and dumb enough to think I could actually pull it off. And so another friend of mine was quitting his job as a stockbroker. He says, I can't stand to lose money for people anymore. It's taking my soul away. We got to do something. Let's do this together. And so we had to invent every aspect of the business. I knew how to write advertising. I knew how to write radio and TV commercials. And I had some sense of how to buy media. But everything else, we had to create a call center. We had to create call center scripts. We had to create the sales pitch. We had to do all the other stuff, having employees, renting space, having contracts, all of this stuff. And we did everything wrong. We're writing our own contracts because it's too expensive to use a lawyer and stuff like that. That'll bite you in the ass. And but we just stuck with it for 6 months. It took us 6 months to find 20 dentists in LA to go along with this because we had no idea what to tell them was going to happen. We just said, we'll give you all of the people that call from your zip code, which was a model that we had to change. It was actually a failed structural model. We had to pivot radically from that after about 3 years. But we got 50 phone calls the first day just off running some radio ads and that I had written. And we said, oh, holy crap, this what we're telling the dentist might actually be true. This is going to work. And so we poured every penny we had into media, and then which we bought ourselves. We always bought all our own media ourselves. People would come and pitch us and say, oh, we can do it better. We would actually give them a try a couple of times. 3 times we took it back from the agency. 2 times they just gave it back. They said, we can't buy like you guys. I'm like, we know. That's what we tried to tell you. And so, but it was, I call it a series of survivable mistakes is how we built the business.